Hey guys, it's December 10th, and we are going to do a review of the Pew Pew that just happened at UNLV a couple of days ago. Most people are just going to see this as another Pew Pew, another school. Oh God, we got to give them our guns. It's the only way to save America is just to give them the guns. It's the only way, y'all. The only way. And I'm going to show you how this is a government operation designed to put you in that mind frame that we're going to be safer without the guns, right? So, UNLV became the latest place. They portray this guy. So, the first day that it came out, they did not come out with a shooter name, they did not come out with a shooter age. They strictly said it was a former teacher and conspiracy theorist. In the article, it went on to tell how he was so focused on the Route 91 Harvest Festival shooting. Freemasons, the Trilateral Commission, and some more. Well, I've got a screenshot of it. We'll go over it in a second. So they put this man out there like he was just a crazy conspiracy theorist. Then they put his name out the next day. So the gunman, when his name got released, was Thursday, I think it was. So Wednesday was the Pew Pew. Thursday was the day they released his name. He's a 67-year-old college professor, fascinated by the Vegas shooting, puzzles, and conspiracy theories. His name was Anthony Polito, and he's 67 right now. Saying he legally purchased this weapon. Look what the name of the weapon is, 67. We know that's a big number that's associated with human and blood sacrifice, because when you write out human sacrifice, it's 67. You write out blood sacrifice, it's also 67. So apparently his social media pages included links to common conspiracy theories like Freemasonry, the Trilateral Commission, the Rothschild family, George Soros, a common target for anti Semitic conspiracy theories. Come on, guys. So let's talk about the original post that I done. These were our headlines. We knew Wednesdays and Saturdays, guys. If you write out the word Wednesday, you get the 3744 right there with the Pew Pew, right? The shooting. Saturday has that same effect if you write out Saturday. And that's why you see most of your big time headlines, Pew Pews, are always going to be on Wednesdays and Saturdays. It's not always the case, but most of them are going to happen on a Wednesday or a Saturday. And then the news starts comparing it to the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival. Most people will never see the biblical ritual behind these two shootings. They will just automatically assume that there's some crazy people out there doing this, and this could never be orchestrated by the government. This shooting came 6 years and 66 days from the Route 91 Harvest Festival. 6 years and 66 days after Stephen Paddock, at 66, shot up the Route 91 Harvest Festival. This school is 66 years old. So let's look at it. The first one happened on October 1st, 2017. The second one happened on December 6th. 6 years, 66 days. 66 is the number that follows mass shootings, because mass shooting is 66. Homicide is 66. And if you write out UNLV mass shooting, you're going to get 66, just like you get the number of the beast. And what do they tell you the number of the beast is? 666, right? And now this Pew Pew comes 6 years and 66 days from the last one. Is it conspiracy or is it fact? The video I done yesterday talked about 322 weeks, or 322. Well, this shooting also came 322 weeks after the other one. We talked about Jeffrey Epstein yesterday. And the reason we talked about him was because of this guy right here decided to admit to being on the Lolita Express, and he done it 322 days after his birthday. So we know why the 322 is important. We talk about it all the time. Skull and Bones comes from Yale, and they actually turned 322 years old the weekend that the war started in Israel. That was also a weekend that we had foretold people that there was going to be a big mass something happen, a big historical event, because Skull and Bones was turning 322 years old, and by golly, we got the war in Israel that started that weekend. So this Pew Pew is following the same pattern as the one up there in Buffalo. So here's your mayor. She spoke out against it, and it's 256 days from her last birthday. And if you write out University of Nevada, it's 256. Same thing happened in Buffalo. If you write out the name of that store, which was Tops Friendly Market, whatever it equaled was the days after Kathy Holcomb's birthday. Same pattern that you're seeing here. It's also a span of 257 days. We know that's a blood sacrifice number. It's 110 days to her next birthday. We're talking about that Skull and Bones, right? She was actually a leader of an old Jewish federation, so she was raised, in that Catholic Jewish society. And, in Revelations 3:9, it talks about the Jews and the synagogue of Satan, and that people will be fooled by the people that come to them saying they're here to help and they're Jewish when they're really not. They're of the synagogue of Satan. This is one of those people that the Bible talks about. They come to you saying they are something when they are not. They are of the synagogue of Satan. They are planning these events according to the Catholic calendar to direct society in a certain way. You got this sheriff here. This next Super Bowl is coming out in Vegas. This sheriff that got to be the one to tell the story has the Super Bowl numbers. And the Super Bowl is getting ready to be in Vegas because news, sports, it's all scripted together. So this upcoming Super Bowl is going to finish off the 104th season. And guess what, guys? We're 67 days before the Super Bowl when this Pew Pew occurred. We're 67 days from the Harvest 91 Festival, a span. So we're 66 days or a span of 67, see, including the end date. And we're 67 days before the Super Bowl, when the 67-year-old shooter, whose name equals 67, decided to shoot up UNLV. These are sick-ass rituals, guys, that are coming from this society of people that do not need to be here anymore. And if you look up how old this school was when it got pew-pewed up, it was 66 years and 87 days old. Well, looky there. When you write out UNLV mass shooting, or if you write out number of the beast, you're going to get 66 and 87. And this school was 66 years and 87 days old, and it came 6 years and 66 days from the Harvest 91 Festival. You cannot tell me that this is conspiracy theory. You cannot tell me that it is coincidence. It is a conspiracy. Conspiracy is defined as two or more people that are working together to form a plot. That is exactly what the government is doing. They have an agenda, and that agenda is complete total control, and you can't have a pew-pew for them to do that. So in order for them to get the pew-pews voluntarily, and if you think that they're not going to convince these people to do it voluntarily, how many of them motherfuckers went and got a shot? Just because they were told to. Think they're not going to give up the pew-pew when they're told to? It's time for people to wake up. Look, they got this dude here. He was the one that CNN decided to choose to talk about his experience wearing a Packers hat. You gotta wonder. Like, these people are so sick, y'all. But the UNLV was a very biblical ritual, no different from the Harvest 91 festival. And by learning this language, you can see why they done them 6 years and 66 days apart. But guys, I will catch you on the next one, and y'all have a great day today.